Why do we have so many millions of our people who are unemployable? The reason they are unemployable is because they don't have the skills that the modern economy and the modern society needs.
Do you know that former South African president has come out and said things about South Africa? Why South Africa are bringing all these troubles all over the media? He has exposed them, saying that South Africa doesn't have anything doing. That is why they are bringing these troubles everywhere. So guys, if this is your first time of you coming across my video, you are welcome. My name is Ujunwa. Kudos goes to the original creator whose video was used on this episode. And video is for educational purposes and creating awareness on social media. Guys, let's see the video that I can be able to put together. Then we'll come back with commentary. Let's go.
This moment, 10 videos of you blacks hunting down other black human beings and beating them in the streets for no reason other than they are immigrants. Now, hold on. Can you show me 10 videos of you guys hunting down whites and beating them in the streets?
Just one.
Could you do that?
What you're saying, this is the conversation we have amongst each other as Black South Africans.
I'm asking you a simple question, madam. I'm not asking you to give me all this unrelated stuff. I'm telling you I can find 10 videos right this moment of you blacks hunting down Africans in South Africa who are not from your country, according to you, and beating them in the streets. Can you show me 10 videos of you guys doing that to whites? Yes or no?
No, not in recent news, but this, we don't condone.
Why do we have so many millions of our people who are unemployable? The reason they are unemployable is because they don't have the skills that the modern economy and the modern society needs. Let's attend to this matter. We're not going to be able to solve the problem of unemployment unless you attend to that matter. Why are we continuing to boast as though it's a great achievement? We have got so many people on social welfare. It's not an achievement, it's a failure in this sense. There is no way we as South Africans are going to stop Africans coming to South Africa. No way. I don't care how many electrical fences you build. It's going to happen. So the challenge we face as South Africans is to how do we deal with that? You can't keep these fellow Africans out of South Africa, and you can't define our relationship with South Africa versus the other Africans as enemies. These are our enemies who've come to our country to take our jobs and all of that. They will come. I'm saying I don't care how many electrical fences you build. With the challenge we face, what is it that we do in order to respond to that problem? You know, there was this issue was discussed in KZN, and the commission was formed under Judge Navi Pillay a few years back, and this matter was raised. There are so many people from the rest of the continent who are in KZN, and they are here, and you can't drive them away. How do we handle this issue? And the Navi Pillay Commission said, in order to deal with this real challenge, the other Africans will come. Doesn't matter what we do. You can chase them away today they are back tomorrow. So it's an issue and she's made a suggestion to the Commission. This is how we should do it, to integrate properly, to do this, negotiate with the neighboring countries, all of that. That's the correct way to come at it. And you can't come at it via the Tutula way. Tutula way is not going to work. In addition to which, when I talk about the change in 2007, change of political leadership, this matter, chase away these other Africans, is part of the agenda of the counter-revolution, because they wanted to destroy the Africa policy of the ANC. It's very much part of that agenda. The last thing I'd like to say, maybe I must talk to the Minister of Finance. The very important book by Professor Mahmoud Mamdani of Uganda, who talks about settler colonialism, that book, and discusses the US as an example of settler colonialism, Israel as an example of settler colonialism, South Africa as an example of, and he says, of all of these examples, how to respond to the historical reality of settler colonialism. The only ones who got it right are the South Africans. Exactly this point.
Citizen and subject.
It says it's the South Africans who've got this thing right. Because look at what has happened, the Americans have done to destroy the Native American population. Look at what's happened to Israel and Palestine now. And Mahmoud says the only ones who understood correctly how do you deal with the consequences of settler colonialism
Oh, yes.
And he's right. Maybe we should give that book to the Minister of Finance, and it might teach him something.
We do not walk alone in this freedom, fellow South Africans. And we did not walk into this freedom on our own. We were carried by a tide of solidarity from the nations of the world, from the nations of Africa. These countries opened their borders to our liberation fighters. When the apartheid government was pursuing our liberation fighters, they ran to a number of countries around the world, but especially on our continent. They shared their stories with our neighbors, and our neighbors shared their spaces with them, and they gave them safety. They even fed them. They gave them bread, and they opened their homes. They spoke for us when we could not speak for ourselves. They took risks so that we could be free. Their countries were bombed. Their nationals were killed. And all that they did for our sake as well.
This is the president of South Africa. And you listen to the unifying speech of President Cyril Ramaphosa, and it tells you that, there are so many unifying people in the country of South Africa. But there are a few who still say some Dudula movement, who say march and march. Meanwhile, there are provisions by the African Union that speaks against things like this. Let your conscience lead you. Aside you being South Africans, you are Africans. You are blacks first before anything else. Because Africa as a continent is one people. You listen to what he's saying, and he tells you that immigration people in South Africa, some of them are corrupt. And these are the people.
Guys, you guys have heard what the South African former president has said. That all this thing happening in South Africa is not caused only by foreigners and also South Africans. Because if South Africa are doing what they're supposed to do, all these things will not be happening. That they don't have job. They stay until all the foreigners comes and take over what they're supposed to be doing. Now they are angry. They are angry because foreigners are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So what I'm asking here, whose fault it is? Is it fault of South Africa or fault of foreigners? Because the man went ahead and also saying that even people who think they are South Africa, that even white people has taken over South Africa. South Africa doesn't even know their rights, where they belong. So all these things, they are fault of South Africans, even though that Nigeria contributed inside, but they started it at the initial time. Now they want to, in form of saying they don't want. There's no how you will say you will not want foreigners to be in your country, because before South Africa get their self feel this way they are feeling, that give them the audacity to come out on the social media to come and say they don't want foreigners. That all Africans, both Nigerian, Ghanaians, all Africans, Liberia, all of them contributed in the freedom of South Africa. So there's no how you guys, they will stand and said that they don't want any foreigner in their country. So guys, if you think that what their former president is saying, there is a point on it, because I'm not there and I don't know what's happened, but we believe what we're seeing on the internet. So if you think that what their president is saying is truth and there is sense on it and the truth is inside it, just write it on the comment section so that we all will learn from you. If you made this video so far, don't forget to like, share, and comment, and put on your notification bell so that anytime I'm dropping a new episode, you'll be notified. See you guys on my next video. Bye.